The next eclipse we have is the Virgo Lunar Eclipse on March 3rd, occurring at 12 degrees, 53 minutes of Virgo in your chart, conjunct the South Node. The South Node is a point of endings, completions, and release. And when the moon is here, it is personal. This is a more personal eclipse than the Aquarius solar eclipse 2 weeks ago in February. This is a Virgo lunar eclipse asking you to personally assess what is good for your energy, emotionally, mentally, and physically. This is bringing your attention to what exists in your everyday environment, including what you do in a day, and wanting you to determine where you're ready to make some upgrades and new choices. You could realize that certain habits are not good for you. You could have some clear messages from the body around what is not working or where your physical self needs more care and attention. This can show you lifestyle habits that are stressful and unhealthy. This can also bring up what is weighing on your mind that is creating anxiety, stress, or guilt. So we're brought into the practical experience of Virgo to determine where we're ready for an upgrade. And it's important to note that this isn't where the Virgo energy needs to overly manage or try to fix something. If your intuition is telling you it's best to let it go. There is definitely going to be some loud messages here between the mind and the intuition. That's because the Virgo energy is most comfortable in the analytical energies, in thinking things through, critical thinking, discernment, assessing, observing. But we have 4 planets in Pisces. We have the North Node in Pisces. We have Mercury retrograde in Pisces. There's a lot in the Pisces areas of your chart that are actually connected to your intuition and to what you really feel. And so you could go back and forth in a decision-making process right now and be uncertain around what choice to make. You could be wildly doubting yourself. And there could actually be something that plays out where it becomes clear that your intuition is guiding you. Your intuition has the better choice. Because all these energies are in Pisces, 4 planets plus the North Node. There's something you're meant to understand about being compassionate with your own decision-making process. And what I'm feeling is that your soul has already solved something that your human self is figuring out. And so that's why we're meant to trust our intuition even more, because something's already been fixed. And the Virgo energy isn't meant to go into problem-solving mode. But you could have that push and pull, as we do, between the mind and our intuition. Now, I also feel that with this particular eclipse, we are recalibrating 2 areas of our lives. We are recalibrating where this Virgo lunar eclipse is happening, conjunct the South Node. So again, that's at nearly 13 degrees of Virgo in your chart. You look at which house you have 13 degrees of Virgo in, as this is where the energies are turning over, where you're understanding what is complete or phasing out. You've already maybe learned from this, or you've come to understand something about this particular area of your life. And then on the opposite side of your chart, where you have the Pisces energies, This is the area where we are advancing and welcoming in more of the Pisces themes. And with all the planets here, we're learning that it's okay to trust a process, including trusting endings that have served their purpose. So there's basically two areas of the chart that you could have endings in right now, because that's the Pisces theme and it's the South Node theme. And it's an interesting dance. And I feel this is the recalibration. I feel too like the energy is lightening in both areas. In the Virgo and Pisces areas, they're lightening so that you can be more free and that you can step away from old ways of being or old patterns, old things that you thought you had to do that ultimately stem from old understandings of service, being of service, working, contributing, demonstrating what you're good at. There's going to be people moving away from jobs, positions, and employment opportunities. We already know that's happening, but this particular lunar eclipse in Virgo is going to bring up like waves of people who are having changes in their career and employment. And part of the opportunity here is to look at how your skills and experience can be used in a new way. And it feels too like we're meant to be following the new energies that came in February. So what's closing out is essentially not in alignment with the new chapters and openings that February ushered in. And so that could help you understand maybe the right choices to make or the bigger picture of it all. Because February is such a important time in the 2026 astrology. February is kickstarting and has kickstarted the new chapters. And so this lunar eclipse feels like the cleanup and the practical assessment of what's not in alignment there. And so many people are moving into new ways of using their skills and abilities, moving into some new opportunities that maybe you've never been considered before. Now, there is a lovely supportive energy in this eclipse with Jupiter at 15 degrees of Cancer. Jupiter is going to station direct March 10th. And this Jupiter in Cancer is bringing alive more of your gut level intuitive hit on where to say yes, on where there are opportunities, on what is healthy for you, on where you can trust yourself and what you need, especially as you're making these decisions and choices. The Jupiter in Cancer energy is caring, kind. It's tuning you into what is good at a soul level. It also can bring in the energies of local people. That's what I'm hearing. Local people. It's the energies of the feminine, women, sisters, mothers. It brings in those supportive allies. It also has the desire to bring about something that just makes you happy, that expands your heart, that feels very loving and kind. So there's a lot of water energy in this Virgo lunar eclipse, not only with this Jupiter in Cancer, but with the 4 planets and North Node in Pisces. So it's interesting because you could be feeling a lot, and then the energy goes to that moon in Virgo, which wants to analyze, assess, and determine what to do. Beautiful. Great, right? Like that's what we're supposed to do, is to run it through the mind. But the energy here is actually asking you to also trust what you're feeling and allow that to be an important part of your decision making. It's an interesting eclipse, especially after the Aquarius solar eclipse. But again, this one is more personal. It's asking you to return to your personal energy field, to hear yourself, to listen to what you need, and to also upgrade your daily experience. Upgrade it because you're worth it and you don't have to work hard for it. You don't have to put in the overtime to get something. This feels like your intuition knows. Again, your soul already has something figured out and is trying to get the attention of your mind and body to get on board. This is where we're going. This is what needs to happen next. So hopefully that helps with anything that comes up for you and gives you a bigger picture understanding of the best choice to make.